Hello. Hello, it's 10:12. Welcome to my channel. Hopefully, some of my friends, I know today is a busy day. People are getting ready for the long weekend. And I taught a full class, full load today. Thank you for the thumbs up. See one thumbs up, one person coming. How do you like my hat? One of the teachers at my school was getting rid of this hat, and I said, I can definitely use that. I thought it might attract attention for my channel. Hello, Kelly. Hello, Danny. I did not wear this hat today, but I just thought it was cute. I think that anything you can do to attract attention for a YouTube video is good. This is my mic. Okay, my mic and Meg. So today I had quite a few classes. Let's see, I had 8 classes. My phone has been all through my classes, my phone was going off and off and off. And I have been like, my phone's been going, aren't you ready to go back to school? No, I am not ready to go back to school. Well, I am ready, but my heart is dying because I really am going to miss my kids, and I'm starting to get all the priority requests for the next week, and I have to make sure I say I cannot, and maybe I'll send them some e-cards. It's going to take me a while to send e-cards and just tell them that my schedule is changing and to look for me. But I've been doing like 50 classes a week, and I'm going to have to go down to about 20. So it's going to be so sad. But a lot of my students, when I might not see them during the school year when I have a smaller amount of open slots, but I will see them when I open slots, like on a holiday or during Christmas break. So I will see them again, I'm sure. But it's very sad. Oh, hello, Marianne. So today I had a good group, and some of my students that I hadn't seen since maybe even all summer, I was able to see again. So that was exciting that they still love me and they want to see me again. But I had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, I had 7 today. Usually I have 8. And one of my middle classes canceled, and I am really tired. So I said, you know what, I'm going to take that break. So I closed out that slot. So I had 7 classes today, and I have 2 classes tonight, and then I have 2 classes tomorrow. So I probably could get more tonight. I probably could get to more tomorrow, but that's my limit because I am really tired. I need a little bit of a break. I did 2 last night, but they were kind of late. So I'm kind of getting a little bit of a cold. So I thought, I really do need to take a break a little bit. I don't usually do Sunday night at all. And then Monday for Labor Day, I have a full load again. But then I go back to 2 to 3 a day during the weekdays. I'll do 2 to 3 in the morning, and then maybe Friday night and Saturday night. So exactly, Danny, it's good to know your limits, and, it's not even about the money. Like, it's not about, I need the money. I can't make enough money. I need as much money as I can get. But, you can't, if you can't function and you're sitting here like, with your eyes half closed and you can't hardly, you can't wait for the class to be over, then that's too much. So I had to cut back a little bit. So Danny's excited to go down to Louisiana. Yeah, so excited. Haven't gone anywhere in forever. Yeah, well, when you live in paradise, Danny, you don't really have to go far. You probably won't like it. You'll want to come back home. So, yeah. But I'm glad you can get away. Sometimes, when you get away, it makes it so that you're happy to go home again. So we did a lot of trips. I did more trips this year than I've ever done in a small period of time. I went to Jamaica this summer. basically in the spring. I went to Florida to see my daughter graduate. I went to South Carolina to visit my other daughter. And so I did a lot of traveling. So it's okay for me to be home now. But at school, they're talking about some more. We're going to go mountain climbing the first week of school, and we're going to go climb a mountain in New Hampshire. And yeah, it fuels me, also makes me appreciate home. Yeah. So, and then we're going to be going to, the plan is to go to the Ark Encounter, and I'm really excited about that. I've always wanted to go there ever since it opened. And I believe that's in Kentucky, right outside of Ohio. So I'm looking forward to that. That will hopefully be next spring, around the same time I went to Jamaica. And so that's not too far from here, and we'll probably stay overnight. That would be with the high school. And I go to a very small school, so it's a very small group of kids, and they're really good kids. So, so those are some things that they were talking about. I'm really excited about that. So for now, I'm home, and we're getting back into our school schedule. And I shared with on my last, on my iPad group, I shared this cool reward that I've been using. Let's see. Okay. So for the back to school reward, I have these 2 backpacks, and I am showing them. Do you want a black backpack or a red backpack? And I'll tell you that the black has been winning. The black has been winning out, but some people do choose the red. And then what I'm doing, I've used this for every student. So the younger kids, I'll teach them the word. This is a pencil, and I have a box of crayons and some glue, and I even have like some scissors and a notebook. And so you could I printed these out online, but you could use, thank you, Danny. I love your props. Thank you. This is my eraser. I didn't notice that till just now. So for the younger kids, you can teach the vocabulary, and for the older kids, you can use it as a way to say, do you have this in your backpack? And some of the kids are like, no, I don't have that in my backpack. We have that in our art class. What do you use this for? So it's great for extension. So I was thinking, if you didn't have the resource to print this off, you could even use a circular and just laminate the different items, and that would be an idea too. And then I go on and I have other props, like, would you put an ice cream in your backpack? Would you put a bug in your backpack? That kind of stuff. So I also did that for funny stuff. I even have this. This is an egg. So depending on how much time you have and how well the student speaks and everything like that, just a really good idea for back to school. And actually, I used this one last year. I pulled it out from last year, so I didn't even have to do a new idea this year. So that was pretty cool. And it worked great. The kids loved it, and we had good conversation. One of the kids showed me his really cool blue backpack that he got from the school. Their school issues them backpacks, evidently. Oh, thank you, Danny. Yes, this is a tapestry from Lowe's. A friend of mine works at Lowe's, and she got it for me. It also has a really cool butterfly on it, but I'm usually covering it. And I really liked it. I saw it, and I said that would be perfect for the class. And usually when I'm standing, I get this when I'm standing. So it looks really cool. But I did like half my classes sitting, and half my classes standing at the beginning, and then I changed it to sitting because I got tired. So that I love it. And Danny, you may not have seen my other video. I showed everyone how I got these drawers on the floor there. That's my wig. That's my drawer, and usually for my stand-up desk, I put that underneath my computer, and I love it. And I got that idea from you, Danny, because I saw that you had the drawers right underneath your computer. So when I want to do a standing desk, I put that under my computer. And then I also have this. This is under my computer right now. That's my messy desk. Ah! Yeah, I had a cold, so I needed some tissues. So I have the little box thing under my computer for regular, like for right now. And then I have the drawers and I really love having the drawers right underneath my computer. And I have things in order, like I have my makeup and a few items in the bottom, and then a few props that I normally use. And I just put them in the drawers, and it's great. I love it. And so that was from Teacher Danny. So thank you so much. So I just wanted to share a few things about, um, first of all, my level 7. I love level 7, and it's been really, really awesome to be teaching these older kids. Now, when I got into level 7, it was, I started level 7 because I had a student who started with level 5, moved up to level 6, and I knew before long he was going to be moving up to 7. And I didn't want to lose him as a student because I have him on WeChat, and I even talk to his mom periodically. And so I went ahead and pursued the level 7, which took me a while, and I got the level 7 certification. And then I got other students, which was awesome. So I am teaching him. He has moved up to level 7. And I never told his mother, I'm getting level 7 just for your kid, but it worked out perfect timing. And so it was really exciting the other night when his mom sent me a WeChat message and said, no, she put on feedback that she wanted to know a book that I would recommend. And so then I sent her a message on WeChat, and we kind of talked about it, and she chose Where the Red Fern Grows, which is a book that I recommended. And it sounds like her child is very smart and very good in school, but maybe he doesn't read as much as, his mom would hope. And so that was really cool with her the other night, talking about the book, and that she ordered the book, and now he's supposed to be reading the book. So, it's kind of a hard time to start a book because, school is starting and everything like that. But he was really excited to get it. But he's not he's kind of a average English reader. So it might be kind of hard for him to read. I don't know, but it might just take him a while. So that was really fun to have a level 7 and to recommend a book, and the parents were all excited. But it is a responsibility too, because now I need to make sure he does read the book and make sure his mother's happy and he gets it done and the book doesn't just, sit on the shelf. And so that was really fun. And I have another student that I added. Now, we could talk about WeChat. A lot of people do not recommend WeChat. A lot of people do like WeChat. I sort of looked into it, made my own decision. I figured I am going to open it up to some people. Like, you don't have to have, it's not like Facebook that everybody and his brother is going to know who you are. It's very specific. And so I opened it up to a few students, and I really think I've benefited. I think I benefited from it. And I have, I don't even know how many friends I have. I have like maybe 5 students, maybe 5 parents. A couple of the parents are of younger children, so the children aren't going to be on WeChat. But two of the parents are older children, and they are on WeChat. And so the parent and the child are both on WeChat. And so it's been cool. Like, they send pictures, like, a few photos of a rainy day. Okay. So sometimes they put stuff on for advertisements to each other, I guess. And sometimes they put on pictures of their kids, which is really cool. And I'm trying to find. So this is one of my students. Well, I probably shouldn't put her face because this is so cute. But this is a recipe. I'll just put that up. I probably shouldn't put the student's face since this is YouTube. But they send recipes. They'll send pictures of food of their country. Here's another cool food thing. And here's a plant. And one of my students had to, make a plan for the evacuation for the typhoon. So it was good to know that they were safe and good. And Kim, I have to run, have to conduct an interview. Oh, Kim, you must always do interviews on Saturday at 10:30. Thank you for watching. And so I think that so far WeChat has worked for me. I wanted to tell you about one student. He is a level 7, and he told me he's not going to be able to continue with lessons because he is so busy with school and everything. But he sent me this really cool, he read the book called The Kite Runner, which I think I'm going to try to read. It's about Afghanistan, and this boy likes Chinese artifacts. So he sent me a PDF of his just kind of his general idea about what he thinks about the book, a book report basically. And he wrote, and then he has some pictures of the artifacts that are Afghanistan artifacts that are being protected by other countries because Afghanistan is in turmoil and they don't want these artifacts to get ruined. So this is a level 7 student that he loves museums and he wants to own a museum when he gets older. And he loves China, so he loves the history of China and everything like that. So he was telling me all about the artifacts and the different things about Afghanistan. I didn't really know much about it. And so I'm planning on getting that book. And it was so cool. I said, oh, so did you read this for your English class? And he said, no, I read it for my own interest. And he's a level 7. I would say he's probably a level 8. He's probably more advanced for level 7. So he probably doesn't really need level 7, honestly. Whenever he gives his 3 to 5 minute speech, it's like 20 minutes. But it's really good. Like, it's really a lot of thought put into it. And he says a lot of good stuff. And so one of the teachers, Teacher Heather, I think, she was saying, what should we do if the students talk about things that are political? And I think we all know, we're from different countries and we're not here to, talk politics. We're here to just help people with their English language. But, in some of the material, especially for level 7, it does lend itself to talking about your character as a person. And one of the speeches that he had to give was, you have to choose a problem that is in the world and how would you solve this problem? Okay. And so, lots of people are going to find different things. They're going to consider different things problems. One of my students said, oh no, I wrote the wrong thing. I thought it was supposed to be just, how can you help your neighbor? And then he talked all about how we should try to make people happy by, if somebody drops something, you help them pick it up. If you see a homeless person that needs food, you could buy them a meal, things like that. So we talked, and I said, that's good. I said, what do you think the problem is in that situation and all of those situations that you have just mentioned? And he didn't really understand what I was asking, but I said, a lot of people in the world are unhappy. And if we go around and we try to make each other happy, we're going to have a better world. And so he was trying to solve the problems of the world. And I think as VIP Kid teachers, we just really appreciate the fact that we can share with kids in China our love and care. We care for them. We are humans. The end of the story in all of these level 7s that I have done has been, we're all humans and we all want the same thing. We all want to be happy. We all want to be cared for and loved. And we can help each other accomplish that in the world. And so, is when we talk politics, honestly, I don't know everything about politics and I'm not going to judge, but we can always come to that conclusion that, even people that are in turmoil, they want to be happy, in their own way. And I really believe in uh, the American way, where yes, we want to be happy, but we can't encroach upon others and, ruin it for them, for their happiness. But if we and it was interesting in one of my level 7s, it was right when the Hong Kong uprising was starting, and I didn't know anything about it because I don't really watch the news. And he mentioned all about Hong Kong, and I had no idea what he was talking about. So I just asked him questions, and that's another way that we can handle the politics, is ask them questions. Don't try to give your opinion, because you can just say, we love Chinese people. We love American people. Ask them questions. So I asked him, I said, why do you think Hong Kong wants to break away from China? Because he said they want to be their own country, but that's impossible. And so he said, well, they want to break away because they have a British background and they don't want to accept the Chinese background. So he had a really good answer, and I thought it was really good. And I didn't try to tell him what I thought was right or wrong. And I just thought, wow, this kid is getting information. And he was about, he believes in China and the Chinese history. And, he didn't really think it was right that Hong Kong would try to break away. But I did not say what I thought about it because I really didn't know. But then, of course, after class, I went straight to the news. And it was kind of interesting what I found out. And I was able to read up about it. And so, but I think even if I had known more about the situation, I would have handled it the same way. Because this is all about them talking. It's not about us giving our opinion. But he did mention something about racism in the United States and slavery. So I was like, well, we don't have any slaves in America. There may be people that are mistreated, but that's not really slavery according to history. And, I told him, are white people mean to people of other races? I'm not going to deny that that is true, but, white people are mean to white people. And I told him, I said, Chinese people are probably mean to Chinese people. I mean, some Chinese people are mean to some Chinese people. It doesn't mean the color of your skin is making you be mean. But, that's just what I said. And I was just trying to get across the message that we all want the same thing. We all want to be happy. We all want to be treated with respect. And we should treat everyone with respect, no matter what their color is or whatever. Yeah, Kelly, I didn't really want to get into that because that would be like a can of worms. Child trafficking is happening in America, but that's not accepted. Like, people aren't saying that's okay. It's happening, and we're trying to fight against it. I think I would give my life for a kid that I thought was being, mistreated. So thank you, Marianne. So that's just what I think, is that I am a very opinionated person. I mean, I am opinionated. I've always been opinionated, and I'm a mom. So I teach my kids what I believe, but I also teach them to research. Like, I always tell them, you don't have to believe what I believe, but do your research. I've done my research and I am convinced of what I believe. But if you want to do something differently, do the research, show me the research, show me where you found your information, and, present it to me in a logical manner. And, there are times I can be wrong. My opinion may be wrong in certain things. And so I can listen, and one of the lessons also talks about when you disagree with someone, how are you supposed to handle it? And in the lesson, it talks about a debate and how you listen to their side and you be respectful and they listen to yours, and we talk about it, and we, work it out as humans. And, you may present your whole side and the other person never does agree with you. And that's okay. We can still be friends. So Danny says, my son said, so we are a Democrat or Republican. And I said, so that is your own choice to make, not mine. And you don't have to choose. Yeah. And the thing about that is, Danny, is that even if I say I choose Republican, okay, I choose that, doesn't mean I agree with everything that is Republican. Okay, it might be that I choose Republican because it's the closest to the things I believe in. It doesn't mean I believe in everything. It doesn't mean I'm going to die for everything that even our president might die for. But, it's hard to put us all into one little category. We're all different. We've all been raised in America to think for ourselves. So, how are we going to put everybody in two boxes, Democrat or Republican? We're not going to be able to do it. So we can't do it. We can't even I have 13 children. I can't even put them in two categories. Never mind an entire country. They're all different, and they all love each other, but we have to learn to accept how different people see things and still love each other. So that's it. All right. And there was another reward I wanted to tell you about. I know I've talked about it before, but the other day when I was doing a class, I had like 15 minutes. No, not 15. Like 5 minutes left at the end. And I saw Megan Brown. She was going to try and come. She's she's with Evelyn on the level 1. Is it level 1 and 2? Group, and they're growing, and they have a lot of good information, a lot of printables. Morgan Brown, excuse me. Morgan Brown and Evelyn, and I don't know, there may be some other administrators on that group. I think my friend Micah from the weight loss group is also, he's been named an administrator on that group. He only does like level 1, I think level 1 and 2 maybe. And I can't imagine only doing level 1 and 2. I love the older kids. So anyway, she has a video that she just put out, and it was called Drawing Dino. So how many of you know how to draw Dino? So I've done this a few times. So there's my start. Okay, and then I'll do the eyes, and I just do eyes like this, and a big mouth, and the 2 teeth. So you can extend by talking about the different parts of Dino. Here's the foot. Okay, and there's his belly. I thought that was a really good video that she did, that she said at the beginning of the class, she'll do it like on the slides. And then, I had one of my students today say, because I said, what's missing? And he went like this. So then I called that the scales. I don't know what you guys would call it. The scales. I don't know. And then he has the hands with 3 fingers. And you could either put this hand out here or put a second hand here. And there's your dino. You could even spell dino. You could spell Dino says hello. And you could have like the student draw it on their slide while you draw it on the whiteboard. Or you could just draw the dino outline and have them draw the rest. So that was really fun. I really liked that video. I've seen other people draw the dino, but for some reason when she presented it, it just clicked. And I used this a few times today, even though I had the backpack reward. I had some students that had some extra time, and so we drew the dino. My last class was a level 6, I think, and it's the lesson's all about a horse, so we drew a horse. That was fun. So she drew a horse on the whiteboard. Some of these kids are very good artists, but when you go to draw it on the whiteboard, or you go to draw it on, the screen, it's it's not the same. It doesn't look as good. So Kelly, I love this. I put Pictionary on my new dice game, going to use this. Yeah. So you could even put this on the, I don't know if you could put this on the dice game, maybe different eyes or different mouth. I don't know. But I just did it as a drawing. Let's draw Dino and what's missing, that kind of stuff. Hello, Morgan. Yeah, I did use your Dino, your drawing Dino, and it was great. I loved your video, and it really helped me. I've seen other people draw Dino before. I saw another girl that did it, and she did a great job. But for some reason, when you did it, I said, I'm going to try it. So there's Dino. I just put the 2 eyes like this and a mouth with the 2 teeth. The 2 teeth kind of just make it look like Dino. And then I'll say, he's got his foot here, and I'll say, what's missing? And I called this scales. I don't know what you guys would call it. So, and then you can do the hand, and you can do, I always say Dino says a high 3. He doesn't really do a high 5. So, and then you can write Dino here, and you can have them spell the word Dino. You could have them spell hello. Sometimes I'll have them spell their name on the screen, stuff like that. So that's usually whenever I do a video, I like to have an idea for reward. And so today I showed the backpack reward, and you can also do the Dino. You could do that at the beginning. You could do it throughout the class. Just do one part of the Dino and then continue until you get to the end. Or you could do it at the end if you have extra time left. So that's my thing. Now, before I leave, I want to tell you about this really great thing that happened to me. I met this girl online, and I answered a bunch of her questions. And so she decided she wanted to add me as a referral. I was really excited because that would be my 3rd referral. And so we went back and forth, and this girl was so good to stay with me and just keep working it out. I even sent a letter to Nancy Taylor and asked her, what happened was the girl, she's in the process of the hiring process, but she hadn't put in a referral. So then she was going to put in my name, and then it said she was being referred by someone else that she didn't even know. And the person's name was Jose. She's like, I don't even know anybody named Jose. She Googled the name, and she never found a Jose anywhere. And she was really frustrated with it. So she gave me her email, and I sent a ticket into VIP Kid, and they sent back and they said, she's already signed up under Jose, and, send me her email and we'll look it up or whatever. So I went back and forth a couple times. She went back and forth a couple times. I contacted Nancy Taylor, and she said, if the girl already has someone that she's signed up under, they're not going to overturn it because that's just the way VIP Kid is. So it could happen that you are online and you sign up with someone, but you don't realize it because there's so many links out there. But she said she was sure that when she did one of the steps that she saw the box where she was supposed to enter the referral, but she didn't because she was waiting. She said she was waiting for just the right person. So that happened to be me, which I was thankful for. But so I wrote to Nancy because Nancy Taylor, she's been helping me out. I've been doing her course that she had out with some videos and her ebook and all that. And so she wrote back. So I was really thankful that she wrote back and told me it's not going to happen. If she signed up under someone else, they're not going to overturn it. It's just the way VIP Kid is. And so I was like, oh, that stinks. So I sent that message to my person. I said, you can still just like my videos, and you can still comment, be active on my iPad group. That would help me out. And I appreciated her being willing to, we sent several emails back and forth. This morning, good news, good news. They made a mistake, and they said they entered my name as her referring teacher. So she has not signed her contract yet. So she's this close to signing her contract, and then she'll have to teach her first class, and then we'll be good to go. So I'm excited. And I'm also excited because another girl reached out to me in my iPad group, and she was so upset, not upset, but you know how it goes. I haven't gotten any bookings. What should I do? And I gave her some ideas, and it wasn't the first day after her ideas. And I also said, I will pray for you, because I'm a praying person. And I did pray for her. And it wasn't the first day, but it was, I think it was the Frenzy night. She didn't get any bookings. And so I told her, when you're new, sometimes the frenzy isn't a frenzy until you get followers. And so I said, hang in there. I got a lot of bookings during the week when I first started. And 2 days later, she got a bunch of bookings. I don't know exactly how many. So she is on her way. And, she wasn't my referral, but I was able to help her. So that was really cool. So I feel like, my advice is working, and that's just is a good feeling to be able to help someone and to know something about a company that is, kind of hard to know stuff about. We learn from each other. So that's what's cool. And the girl that I referred and is now, is my referral now, she said that she has to have her profile picture and her video approved before she signs the contract. I kind of don't think that's how it went for me, but I don't remember having to have that approved. I just thought that we signed the contract, and then after that I found out, you're an independent contractor. You need to look good in that picture. You need to put out a really good video, or those parents won't pick you. So that's what I did. And my video right now I made with iMovie, and it basically is all just pictures of me. It's not even any actual action, and it has music from iMovie and a voiceover from iMovie. And I saw someone online that recommended that, and she said she was fully booked. So I've had that one for months, and it hasn't done me wrong. I would like to redo it. So I've learned some new things about iMovie to make it look better and to make it look maybe a little more professional. But my daughter, she just signed up. She's gotten several bookings already within the first week. She got bookings, and she just has a simple profile picture and a very simple welcome video. Just, hello, welcome to VIP Kid. My name is, and I'll see you in my classroom. And it's worked. It's worked for her. So sometimes we might try a little too hard to make it, a little too upscale. The parents just somehow, whatever they see is what they like. So I am going to call this a wrap. And I would kind of like to try and keep to 30 minutes, but I appreciate all of you guys staying. I think 40 minutes is good. And I appreciate you coming and watching my video. And I'm looking forward to watching your videos as well. Danny, I saw your pool video this morning. This looks good. Really good advice. And still going strong with that pool. I love it. My pool looks really good, but unfortunately in New Hampshire, it is freezing. So we're going to have to pack it up. My kids did swim yesterday because it will get hot in the daytime, but it gets so cold at night that the water is freezing. And Marianne, I'm looking for videos from you. And I'm trying to keep up with the lives because my school schedule is going, the hours are busy, but it's not high prep. What I'm doing is not high prep. So it's not like I have, and I'm not going to have a lot of correcting to do and stuff like that. So I will be able to keep up with VIP Kid, and I'm planning on continuing my YouTube stuff. And I'm glad I do have Saturdays. I'm glad for that. And thank you all for watching, and thank you for your support. And if some of you, maybe in Lydia, she has started a new YouTubers Facebook group, which is cool because a lot of people are friending me. I was hoping maybe some of them would be on here today, but I know Lydia said she likes the Chit Chat. So we need to get her to go into your Chit Chats as well. So I think if we all support each other, we can't go wrong, right? And as long as we help each other and we're making friends, and yeah, it's really great. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a great day.